now we are just taking a walk down Church Street. Favorite place, Ashitha, Church Street?
I like Amintri, I like Toscano.
Okay, let's see where this walk takes us.
Cousins day out! Yay! We are meeting after a really long time. I think before pandemic, before which another 1 or 2 years
I know,
earlier,
there's always a huge break and then finally when we meet, it's always a great time, isn't it?
always. He's my second cousin, but then I think more than a first cousin.
Thank you.
You're more like a friend.
Same here. So there's lots to talk. How did you like the food?
Oh, see, I love this place. Amintri has always been one of my favorite places because the ambience out here is really good. And it's right in the heart of the city in Church Street. And the food here.
It's
Like, I love Italian food, so I had my favorite spaghetti and chicken and all of that, so I'm very happy.
very nice. Yeah, in fact, I was also slightly wondering if this place is going to be good, but I knew she's going to have a great choice. We had a lovely lunch here. I think
Sure,
this is-
right? You
Definitely.
did? Okay. Then okay.
So this is a must visit for anyone who loves Italian food, right?
Yes, yeah, it's a great place for desserts. You should come over here for amazing desserts. I think they're specialized in desserts more than the food. So food is just an add-on option for you. Yeah.
While spending time with Ashitha, I realized there's so much one can learn from her.
Let me ask my very popular cousin who's been an actress, right?
Yeah.
In the Kannada film industry.
Ashitha had some really interesting wisdom nuggets to share with us. Let's get some positive energy from her.
Tell me, Ashitha, what is it that you'd like to share with people who are watching you right now?
Yeah, I think very good question because I would love to answer something like this because it's need of the hour today. I always believe that we think too much. There's a lot of stress in our lives today. All I just want to say is a simple message that, please guys try to live in the moment. That's very, very important because living in the moment is actually a very, very simple thing to do, but we are complicating it by thinking too much about the future or thinking too much about the past. And we are not even living in any of those spaces, but we are living in this very moment. So I really feel that if we can practice on a daily basis to be mindful and conscious about this very moment, I think we are happy. Will not have any kind of anxiety, will not have any kind of worry about what is going to happen, because I think none of that will change if you're very anxious. Okay, what future has to offer will be offered in no time. So why not just live here in this moment and make this your world? So now for me, I am with Sneha and Sneha is my world for now. I'm not thinking anything else. So I have a meeting after half an hour. I think probably when I go over there and reach there, I will think about it, but not now. So I think life is as simple as that. So be stress free and live in the moment. That's it.
Lovely, Ashita. And one more question that I want to ask her is, these days, in today's day and age, everybody is worried about popularity, social media. But when I had a conversation with Ashita, there is so much I learned from her, and I'd like her to share that with you as well. What do you think of, you really think all those who are glamorous, popular, is it everything in life? You are somebody who's been in that space. What would you like to say about that?
See, it is just my profession. When I'm in the limelight, because my profession demands that I'm a public person. No matter what, if you go out in the public, there are people who look at you, they'll come and talk to you and stuff. See, that's a good thing because you're doing something, your work speaks, and that's when people come and talk to you. But see, social media has given a very easy platform for people who don't even know what is the struggle. There's no struggle, there's no experience of life in the sense how I've experienced. See, for me to be in the limelight or being the public figure, it was not easy, right? I had really had to work hard for it and then come to the limelight. And if I had social media back then when I was acting and stuff, then probably I think I would have had better followers than anyone else today. But then see, that's not what I'm looking at. Today, for me to also get followers is not an easy thing. But at the same time, don't put up your life out there for every moment. It's not required. I think, I follow Christianity, and I read a lot of quotes from the Bible, verses from the Bible, where Jesus says that, do things in secret. It's very important. Even if you're praying, go to a room, sit in a room, secretly pray, and secretly wait for things to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you ask, it will happen. But then, putting up your life out there in public, every moment, what you're doing, where you're going, what you're eating. See, it's not that I don't do it, but I know my limits. I know it's not necessary. Because at times, we are only showing good things. What about the bad things? What about the things that we are suffering? So why not that? If you really want to inspire somebody, go out there and, try to do things where people get inspired of you, and your suffering should somehow help them to recover.
Right.
So I think that will be more important than just going gaga over these things. And sometimes if you don't get your followers, your likes and your comments, you get, you feel sulked and you feel sad about it. Guys, you don't need anybody's approval. You're good
Very
enough
true.
even without social media.
And I'd like to end with this question. Ashitha has acted in quite a few movies, some of them being Heartbeats, Green Signal, and Akash. So I want to know from you, Ashitha, which one was your first movie?
So my first movie was not Heartbeats. Many people think it's Heartbeats, but my first movie was Hats of India. I was a dancer before I got into movies, and somebody saw me dancing on stage and they wanted a dancer in that film. I'm basically a Bharatanatyam dancer in that film. They had never danced Bharatanatyam, I don't never learned. But then since me being a freestyle dancer, I can adapt to any kind of dance forms. So that was my first film, very close to my heart, but that movie didn't really do well commercially and people didn't know much about it. But what really made me known about myself and my work is through Heartbeats. And I'm very proud of it, and many people really, really love that film. I think it's one of the cult films, and it's like an evergreen film. Even today people love the songs, and
So that was a hit.
yeah, super hit.
When the movie actually released, and then I'm sure you would have had all attention on you. How did you handle it?
Yeah, I think it's easy to handle failure, but it's very difficult to handle success. Success comes with a lot of efforts, and it's not easy. Okay, you have to try, put a lot of efforts, time and again, to gain success. But once you reach the peak, right, the success gets into your head.
Yeah.
Right. When the success gets into your head, then it's very easy to crash all of that. Put yourself back down onto the from where you started. You should know how to balance it, because see, even when you reach the success point, there is still a lot of failures that you will face. When I started off, it was all good. I was getting movies back to back, and people were recognizing me. Even today, people recognize me, and all of that. But after some years, right, I had another challenge. Even after being successful, in this film industry is not easy. You will have a lot of things, different kind of people are there. They come, they have different demands. If it was only pertaining to talent, I still agree, but film industry is not as glamour and as good as what you think from outside. They definitely have its own downside. So to adjust all of that was not easy for me. So even after me being successful, I had to turn down a lot of offers because of a lot of other demands. So that is the reason why I say that success is not easy, but at the same time, if you balance it and you know that, okay, this is what my achievement is, and this is where I'm happy, and I don't want to proceed more, and because there is success, that doesn't mean that I'm ready to do anything. You need to have your own values also, ethics as well. So sometimes you have to give up and stop there, and that's what I did.
Lovely. Thank you so much for being a part of Positive Energy series. I really had a great conversation with Ashitha.
Okay, Sneha.
Bye.
Bye.
I had a
Take care.
lovely
It was
time.
a lovely time.